Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Pada Shankaram Loka Shankaram Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yatkripatamaham Vande Paramanandamadavam Paramanandamadavam. Vasudevendra Yogindram Natva Jnanapradam Gurum Mumukshunabhitartaya Tattvabodho Bhidiyate. So in Atma Kaha, when it was said that Atman is other than the three bodies, we completed the three bodies. When it is said that Atman is apart from the, distinct from the five sheets, we kept it for the future. When it is said that Atman is the witness of the three states, we have seen that the Atman is the witness of the Jagrata Avastha, the Swapna Avastha. Now we come to the Sushupti Avastha, which is deep sleep state. Not the dream state, but the deep sleep state. So let us read deep sleep state. Or shall we just read the Jagrata Avastha and Swapna Avastha, then we'll go further? Jagrata Avastha 56. So together. Jagradavastha ka Shrotradi Jnanendriyaihi Shabdadi Vishayaischa Nyayate Itiya Sa Jagradavastha Stula Sharirabhimani Atma Vishva Ityuchyate Swapnavastha keti chet Jagradavasthayam Yadrashtam Yadshrutam Tajjanita Vasanaya Nidra Samaye Yah Prapancha Pratiyate Sa Swapnavastha Sukshma Sharirabhimani Atma Taijasa Ityuchyate. Now, Sushupti Avastha. Ata Sushupti Avastha ka Aham kimapi na janami Sukhena maya nidra anubhuyate Iti sushupti avastha Karana Sharira Abhimani Atma Prajna Ityuchyate. Atha Sushuptyavastha Ka. Atha means now, thereafter. Meaning, after understanding what the Jagrata Avastha is and Swapna Avastha is, now in the order we come to that. Now is to say, in that order, after completing these two, now Sushupti Avastha Ka. When we see in the order, Sushupti Avastha comes third, is it not? Therefore, what is Sushupti Avastha? What is Sushupti Avastha? Deep sleep state. Meaning, what is our experience of deep sleep state? Well, it is for sure that we can't say anything in our deep sleep state about our experience. To say something, if you want to tell somebody, then your faculties are required, right? Not sufficient. To say to somebody, your golakas also are required. Meaning, physical body is also required. But in deep sleep state, all the senses are withdrawn. Of course, we don't identify with the body. The mind is withdrawn. In dream state, mind was active. Mind was active. But the senses can't see any external object. It is only a mental world. Please don't think that in dream, whatever you see is through your senses. No. For the senses to see something, it needs the golakas, the physical apparatus. So senses are not functioning in dream state to know anything, but the mind has created a world, a mind projected world. And the mind has projected the world from the impressions it has gathered in the waking state. Jagradavastayam yadrishtam yadshrutam tajjanita vasanaya nidra samaye yah prapancha pratiyate. But in deep sleep, those senses which were not useful in the dream state, that also is withdrawn. The mind also is withdrawn. So there is no way the senses can say something. My speech can't tell you. In deep sleep state, my speech can't tell you what experience I am having. The mind is also not there to tell. The mind in its usual form is not there to tell. In its complex form, in its variety, various thoughts. The mind has also merged into the Karana Sharira. Alright? And the mind, imagine as though a tree with full of branches. Right? Just go back in time. The whole tree goes back to the seed. Is it not? The seed, and from which comes the first shoot with the plumule and the radical. If it is a dicotyledon, they expand itself to become a whole tree. Correct? That's the mind. In deep sleep, what is happening to this mind? This mind goes back to the seed. The mind goes back to the seedal form. the mind goes back to its Karana Avastha. You may say the mind goes back into the Karana Sharira. Alright? So in deep sleep, the mind has gone back to its Karana form. So senses are not there to see anything. Mind is also not there to see anything. And therefore, nothing is seen in deep sleep state. In deep sleep state, I am ignorant. In deep sleep state, I am ignorant. But because the mind has gone to rest, the senses have gone to rest, there is a total cessation of activity. All kinds of activity. Seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, thinking, feeling angry, becoming jealous, wanting something, liking something, disliking something, ego of how great one is, ego of what a fool one is, super confidence, overconfidence, diffidence, underconfidence, everything just becomes quiet. And all those mind which was making us restless and troubled and agitated suddenly becomes quiet. And then one is relaxed. There's utter peace. I know nothing. I am also peaceful. But I can't tell I am peaceful. I can't tell I know nothing. I can't tell. And then one gets up. And then they ask, how was your sleep? Super. I slept like a log. அடிச்சு போட்ட மாதிரி தூங்கினேன். In Tamil. I can't translate that into any other language. If I translate, it doesn't sound at all nice. Now, when I get up, I'm able to recall that experience. At that time, I can't tell anything. If you tell, you are not sleeping. That is why you can never tell when you went to deep sleep. Because when you went to deep sleep, your mind was not there to tell. You're getting the point. But after getting up, you can recall. Anyone of you slept in the afternoon before coming to the class? You slept well? Yes? That's not the point. How was your sleep? You slept well? Very well. You're fresh now? Yes, I'm fresh now. When you slept nicely, did you experience any? Nothing. You thought about while coming. But you experienced nothing, correct? Now you're able to remember you experienced nothing.
Because I don't remember what I experienced. So
No. Step by step we go. Do you remember? Now I'm asking, did you see anything in deep sleep? No. Nothing. That you're able to recall now. If you remember, now the point I'm coming. If you're able to recall, if you're able to remember, it means You experienced it. The rememberer and the experiencer must be one and the same individual. Because I'm able to recall, because I'm able to remember that I slept well. That means what? I slept well means what? I slept peacefully. I slept happily. I slept restfully. It is not the happiness like how we eat some samosa. It is not that kind of happiness. Whenever I say the word happiness, no, suddenly the mind goes to happiness. But what we mean is that restful, I can't explain how it is. But every one of us has slept well, we know what it is. If I say a word, because it is not like the happiness of the waking state or the dream state, but it is a kind of happiness. It is blissful, no doubt, but it is not happyful like the waking state and the dream state. It's a different kind of happiness. That happiness I am able to tell, yes. That is why we have different ways of expression of that. Everybody, suppose I ask each one of you, what was your experience of deep sleep? Somebody will say, I slept well. Somebody would say, I slept peacefully. I slept happily. I was in bliss. I was in silence. I was so happy, quiet. Each one will use one word. But the summary of the whole thing is, experience is, I slept blissfully. If you don't like blissfully, you change the word, I slept happily. If you don't like happily, you change the word, I slept well. If you don't like well, you use some other word. That doesn't matter. But there was a happiness. One ananda was there. That you're able to tell now. Not then. But because you're telling now, that also proves that you experienced it then. If you really quietly try to think what was deep sleep, you will also be able to appreciate this point that you experienced a kind of bliss there. Actually, there were two experiences coupled into one. I'm not telling two experiences, one this. I'm telling two experiences amalgamated into one. Two experiences fused into one. It is not two experiences. Experience one, experience two. Not like that. Watch. And then what is this? Box. No, watch box. Not like that. It is as though watch and box has come together and become one experience. What are those two things which have become one? The experience of nothingness and the experience of happiness. They are not two experiences. Even though if you try to dissect it, it becomes two. But really speaking, these two things you experience at one go. Very surprising. Like how two eyes see one light. The same way, these two experiences have become one complex, unitary, cognition. These two words, do you understand? Complex, unitary one. Cognition, knowledge. Nothingness and happiness becomes one. How can two things become one? Two experiences should be separate. Not necessary. When you see the reflection of the sun in water, and you see the water glittering. You are seeing the glittering water. There are two things. One is light, another is water. But light and water become a complex, unitary object of knowledge for you. Right? Complex, why? It is two things put together. That's why I'm using the word complex. It's like hydrogen and water, hydrogen and oxygen becoming together one water. Two things becoming one. The same way, the nothingness and the happiness becomes one. And then you say, I was blissfully ignorant. I was blissfully ignorant. Meaning, ignorance is their noun. Blissfully is adjective. You can change it opposite also. You can say, knowing nothing, I was happily sleeping. So knowing nothing becomes an adjectival phrase. Happily speaking becomes the main point what you want to communicate. You get the point? So there is a combination of two experiences coming together, making the experience of deep sleep. At deep sleep, while at deep sleep, even though you can't verbalize, you can't thoughtify. That is, this word is not there in English. We are making a word. You can't thoughtify. What you can't thoughtify, what you can't verbalize, you can't verbalize, I am experiencing happiness. You can't verbalize, I am experiencing nothing. But yet, after waking up, you are able to verbalize it. You are able to give thought to your experience. This is deep sleep. Such analysis of deep sleep is not found anywhere in any literature. Okay? And it is absolutely true. I can't tell more than this. You have to feel it. Every day you're experiencing, you have to feel for it. You have to not feel for it, you have to feel it. You have to see for yourself. Yes, this is true. Okay? So now, let us summarize. What is deep sleep? Deep sleep is that state wherein the mind and the senses are folded up. Deep sleep is that state because the mind and senses are folded up, one sees a blankness, one sees a absence, one sees a nothing. And because the mind and the senses, which are ever the source of agitation and therefore sorrow, have ended, suddenly one becomes relaxed. One feels peaceful. One feels joyful. It is actually the happiness or the bliss of ignorance. It is not the bliss of knowledge. It is the bliss of ignorance. So this nothingness, and because of this nothingness, the happiness, they combine together like how light and water combine together and become a complex experience. In the same way, ignorance and happiness, bliss, relaxation, say whatever you want. I have no problem about that. But there's something tending towards happiness which is there. So that bliss and nothing get together and create a complex cognition, a unitary cognition. Do you understand these words? These are new words, I know for sure. But I think as you go into philosophy, you have to learn these things. Only then you can communicate. Otherwise, you can't communicate. Complex, unitary, cognition, perception, knowledge. Therefore, suppose I say, in deep sleep we have a knowledge. What will you say? We have a knowledge of ignorance. Yeah. We have a knowledge of ignorance, nothingness. We have a knowledge of blissful ignorance, really speaking. And this one who is blissfully ignorant, at that time also, we are still in the realm of ignorance only. We still do not know ourselves. And therefore, this limited individual who is blissfully ignorant is called as Prajna. Prajna. Prajna means what? Prajna. Prayena Agnya. Prajna. Prayena, mostly, almost fully Prayena. Almost fully he is ignorant. But we are not telling him he is totally ignorant. Why? Because he is knowing ignorance. Therefore, there is one knowledge. One knowledge. And what is that knowledge? The knowledge of blissful ignorance. Which we are able to recall after waking up. I slept happily. I knew nothing. I was blissfully ignorant. समझ में आ रहा है? Okay. Now you see. Ata sushupti avastha ka. What is sushupti avastha? Aham kimapi na janami. I know nothing. Sukena maya nidra anubhuyate. I am blissfully asleep. Iti sushupti avastha. Meaning, this was the experience while sleeping, but you cannot verbalize that at that time. But after getting up, you can recall this very experience that you that you went through while sleeping. This is Sushupti Avastha. Clear? And how does the Sushupti Avastha come? When I withdraw my identification from the waking state, when I withdraw my identification from the subtle body, when I withdraw my identification from the gross body, when I withdraw my identification from the subtle body, and when I am only as the causal body. Karana Sharira. So, being with the Karana Sharira, being one with the Karana Sharira, identified with the Karana Sharira, I become the deep sleeper ego, which is called as Prajna. Why Prajna? Prakarshena Prayena Agnya. Prayena Agnya. Mostly, almost totally ignorant.
From the senses. So how do we know when to get up?
Well, that's a different question. Okay, that's a good question. Very good question. I will come to that. But this much you have to get so far. Okay. His question is, how do we get up from deep sleep? How do I get up from deep sleep? That is his question. We'll come. Huh? Alarm in the morning, but sometimes even with the alarm you get up also, no? You know, when you get up, when the thoughts which have gone to Karna Sharira again wake up. All thoughts now, all of you are studying Vedanta, isn't it? Tattvabodha, all of you are studying. So many things have gone into the head, right? When all these thoughts, what happens in deep sleep? These thoughts are not dead and gone. These thoughts and all, like those tree goes back to seed, all this knowledge goes back to that seedal form, Karana Sharira. It goes and sleeps there. And the thought wakes up, all these things get up. It could be any thought. Oh, I have to go catch my flight early morning. What's the time now? Actually, you can set that inner clock and go to sleep also. Very, very, you can tell. Class is now after 20 minutes. I have to get up in 15 minutes. Some of you set up the clock even in the class, I know. Swami is going to revise now for next 15 minutes. I can rest for 10 minutes. And then Sushupti Avastha. You can set up those clocks. So how do we get up? It is because of that thought waking up. But why should thought wake up? When it should wake up? When the karma becomes ready to wake you up. You have to go through the karma, no? Sukha, dukkha. You have to go through papa and punya, which is there. It will not allow you to sleep. Because when you are sleeping, you don't experience any kind of sukha and dukkha caused by papa and punya. Because I don't think I want to tell many things, because at this point of time, what you require to understand is this much. Okay? All I want to say is that when the thought wakes up, you get up. And when will thought wake up? When your time for experiencing sukha and dukkha of the world is there, you wake up. Got it? Okay. Now let us read, see if you understand. Ata sushuptyavastha ka aham kimapi na janami sukhena maya nidra anubhuyate iti sushuptyavastha karana sharira abhimani atma prajna ityuchyate. So, interesting. We are not interested about deep sleep. We are interested about the Atman. So, what is Atman in deep sleep? It is a witness of this whole experience. It is illumining this whole experience. Each of the state cancel the other states. If you are in waking state, you can't be in deep sleep as on or dream state. If you are in dream state, you can't be in deep sleep or deep sleep state. If you are in deep sleep, definitely there is no waking and dream state. But in all the three states, you are there witnessing everything. In the stage, there is dance. There is, after dance, drama. After dance, there is somebody coming and singing. 3. The light on the stage illumines all the 3. When one program is going on, another program cannot be there. School number 1 comes and performs a dance. School number 2 comes and performs a drama. School number 3 comes and performs singing. 3 different. Each one is different from the other. There's school number 1, school number 2, school number 3. But the light is common for school number 1 performance, school number 2 performance, school number 3 performance. You are that light. You are that. You're not the body. You're not the mind. You're not the intellect. You're not the gross body. You're not the subtle body. You're not the causal body. You are not Vishwa, the ego, identified with the gross, subtle and causal body. You are not the Taijasa, identified with the subtle body and causal body. You are not the Prajna, identified with the causal body. Who are you? You are the light which illumines all experiences. You are that pure consciousness, mere witness. Nothing touches you. The waking state comes and goes. One scene, over. The dream state comes and goes. First drama got over, no music gets over. Then afterward, third school comes and then performs a song. Third school comes and performs a mono acting. Dumb charades. Gone. What are you doing? Illumining all the 3. You are that pure consciousness. When you identify with the body, you become Vishwa. Even when there is identification with the body, you are pure. You are illumining that. That is a small I. Vishwa is a small I. You are the pure I. Big I, capital I. See, when you say I, there is a pure I watching this I. Isn't it? I. One is the I at the realm of the lower realm. And this I can become happy, sad. So many things can happen to this I. But there is a consciousness I, which is not a thought. It is just illumining. That consciousness you are. That is what Vedanta is teaching us. This is where we have to know who we are. Taking myself with the body, I become Swami Advayananda and you become whoever you are. Right? Even when I take myself to be the body, there is this I which is just illumining that. Even when I take myself to be one body in the dream and I become a beggar, there is this pure I illumining that also. I am that pure I. Even when experiencing the deep sleep state ignorance, right? There is a pure I illumining that ignorance also. This consciousness, I am. I am the witness of all the 3 states. Atma kaha sthula sukshma karana sharira vitiriktaha panchakoshatita san avastatraya sakshi Satchidananda Swarupa San Yas tishtati sa atma. So 3 sharira over, 5 koshas over, 3 avasthas over. Now we go to 5 koshas. We already know, is it not? The Sthula Sharira is called as Annamaya Kosha. The Sukshma Sharira is divided into 3. What are the 3? Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya. And the Karana Sharira is called Anandamaya. Now, do you get some idea why it is called Anandamaya? और भी है देखना वहां क्यों आनंदमय है देखेंगे पंचकोशाः के what is the meaning of that? What are the 5 koshas? What are ke plural? What are panchakosha? What are the panchakoshas? Close the book and say Annamayaha, Pranamayaha, Manomayaha, Vijnanamayaha, Anandamayaha. Then Cheti. Chaiti should be there, na? And thus. Is there or not? There. Cheti. These are the 5 koshas. They are called shariras because all these shariras perish. And what do you call that? Sthula Sharira perishes. Yes. Sukshma Sharira also perishes. Yes. When we go to deep sleep, Sukshma Sharira perishes. And also at the final realization, and after that final realization, once one drops the body, the Sukshma Sharira does not go and take one more birth. Because that ignorance which causes all the chain reaction. Right? What does ignorance cause a chain reaction? Because of ignorance, I take myself to be the 3 bodies, and because of that I'm unfulfilled because I forget my real nature, and because of that I have desires, and then raga and dvesha, and once raga and dvesha is there, karma, action, and because of that punya papa, and because of that punya papa, the whole cause is from ignorance, is it not? Once that ignorance ends, the Sukshma Sharira has no jet propulsion. There's no jet propulsion. It falls down. From the space it falls down. And let's hope it falls in the oceans. But they get burned. By the time they reach, they are all burnt. The same way, the Sukshma Sharira also ends for a jnani. It goes back to the 5 elements. Because there is no way it can hold itself. Ignorance and kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya only keeps the Sukshma Sharira alive. Otherwise, it can't stay. We will see that when it comes at appropriate time. They are called Sharira because they perish. Karana Sharira is Ajnana. Ajnana, we saw. It also perishes. When? When we know the self. It perishes. Because they perish, they are called as Sharira. Why do you say, Swamiji, because they perish, they call Sharira? Sharira comes from the Sanskrit root Shri. S-H-R. Shri, like Smruti. Smru is there, no? Smru. Some people write S-H-R-I. Some people write that Smruti, they write S-M-R-U-T-I. Some people write Smruti, they write. Some people write Smruti, S-M-R-I-T-I, they write. But it's actually not R-I or R-U. It is S-M-R. Stop there. Smru. 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 Not Smru. Smru. No, you can't say it this way or that way. Smru. And that is why when they write in English, in diacritics, no, SMR under R dot. They write. Shru, SHR dot. From that comes Sharira. And Shru means what? To decay, to perish. Shiryamanatvat Shariram. Okay. But the same Sharira are now called Kosha. With a different. What does a Kosha do? A Kosha holds something valuable in. Kosha. And it hides. Koshavat achadakatvat koshaha. Because it hides like a kosha. Koshavat, like a kosha, achadakatvat. Because it hides. And what are these 5 koshas hiding? These 5 koshas are hiding because we identify with these 5 koshas, we are not able to see our real nature. Therefore, the koshas hide, so to say. Actually, the koshas are not hiding. Because we identify with the koshas, we forget our real nature. The shariras are not hiding the Atma. Because we identify with it, we forget ourselves. You get the point? Do you get the point? Jnani also has got the body. But does the Jnani forget the self? No. Right? So the problem is never the body. The problem is never the mind. The problem is our mistaken understanding of who we are. Remove this misunderstanding. Be free from samsara. Get rid of bondage. Know who you are and become free. Because we do not know who we are, we have identified with the body and we are suffering. Knowledge is a solution. Because ignorance is a malady, is a disease. And because we do not know ourselves, we identify with the koshas. And because we identify with the koshas, the self is not seen. What are the 5 koshas? Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya. What is Annamaya kosha? Annamaya kaha. Annamaya kaha means what? What is Annamaya? What is Annamaya kosha if you want? Annamaya kaha. What is Annamaya kosha? The very word Annamaya kosha says that it is born from Anna. Anna means food. It is nourished by food. And it goes back to become food. Yeah. It goes back to become food. Correct. It becomes nutrients for other plants. No. How do I become nutrients for plants? Suppose you are buried in earth, cremated. No, it goes back. And all the carbon, phosphorus, nitrogen, etc., which is there, you have taken forcefully from this world, goes back to the world. Correct? That is what is said here. Let us read. Anna rasenaiva bhutva. Anna rasenaiva vruddhim prapya. Anna rupa prithvyam. Yadviliyate. Tadannamaya koshaha. Sthula Shariram. What is Annamaya Kosha? It is Sthula Sharira. But why do you call it as Annamaya Kosha? Annarasena eva bhutva. Annarasena eva. Because of the essence of food, it has come out. Because of the essence of food, it has come. The father's sperm and the mother's ova, which are both the essence of the food alone. They come together and they create the zygote from which this entire body comes about. Annarasa. Annarasena eva. Because it has come from food alone. Not food alone. It didn't come from idli and dosa. Or roti and sabji. Annarasa. Rasa. Rasa means what? Essence. The nutrients. From the nutrients of food, it has come about. Thank God. Otherwise, all roti and idli and everything would be in our body like this, sticking like that. Terrible it will be, isn't that? Anna rasa. Anna rasena eva vruddhim prapya. Because of the nutrients alone, okay, parents gave from the food, the body was born. Agreed. But it is not still like that small size only. Even when it was zygote, the mother kept on feeding that, is it not? It is connected to the mother in the womb through the umbilical cord from which all the nutrients are passed. And then slowly, here, little, it became big. And then one day it became too much to be inside. And then dumb came out. And then stopped that from that. Kept on eating, this, that. And it's a huge creature. Anna rasena eva vruddhim prapya. By that nutrients, it has become vruddhi. Vruddhi, you know, right? You studied. Vardate. Vruddhi means it has grown. After having grown, then one day, what happens to it? Annarupa Prithivyam. This earth, meaning this matter, this earth, which is nothing but food. This earth is the food. For all creatures, this earth is the food. What do you think this is? This is nothing but calcium, carbon, phosphorus. This earth. Alright? There's no difference between this and this. Only thing is that this walks and this stays. Annarupa Prithivyam. Back to the Prithvi, the earth, which is nothing but food. Yad viliyate, which disappears into, that is Annamaya Kosha. So born in food, nourished by food, going back to food, this deserves to be called as Annamaya Kosha. Anna is food. What is Pranamaya Kosha? Next. Pranamaya kaha. Pranadhyaha. Panchavayavaha. Vagadindriya panchakam. Pranamaya koshaha. After panchakam, a space is required. They join together. The separate word. What is Pranamaya Kosha? Pranadhyaha. Pranadhyaha. Pranadhyaha means what? Beginning with prana. It is called Pranamaya Kosha because it begins with prana and they are collectively also called as pranas. What are those prana? Beginning with prana? They are 5 in number. As we discussed before, the pranas are responsible for the physiological functions. Physiological functions. Meaning they keep the body alive. The 5 pranas are prana, next apana, next vyana, next udana, next samana. Okay, write it down. Prana, apana, vyana, udana, samana, 5. Okay. Five pranas. Prana, apana, vyana, udana, samana. Naturally, I should now tell you what does prana do, what does apana do. Correct? What does it do? Prana is responsible for respiration, your inhalation and exhalation. Respiration. It is a faculty governing respiration. Respiratory system, governing respiratory system. Remember, these are subtle. You can't say respiratory system. It governs the respiratory system. It governs your inhalation and exhalation. Prana. Apana enables the excretion. Thank God something is there, apana. Otherwise, I don't know what would have happened to us. Because of it, all the useless things are sent out. Otherwise, they'll become poisonous. The body can't manage it. Excretion. Very important. Apana. Many diseases happen because this apana vayu does not function properly. In Ayurveda and all, this apana is given so much of importance. Any disease, first they will check out apana. They say your apana is not functioning properly, we will correct. Because excretion should happen proper. Apana. Prana, apana, vyana. Okay, vyana we'll see it later. Then udana, that also we'll see it later. Samana. Samana is that which helps in digestion. Samikarana. We put food inside, no? It should be digested, correct? Yes. Digestion. Digestion. What is digestion? Digestion is nothing but taking the nutrients which are required from the body, from the food which is intaken. That is called digestion. Once it is intaken, the waste udana will take over. Apana will take over the waste. Samana does its job, then apana says, now these are all the waste, take it off. The nutrients are taken off by samana by digestion. What does vyana do? Vyana ensures that the nutrients are spread in the body. So vyana is circulation, not circulation, the faculty for circulation. Always you put faculty. The faculty for circulation. The power behind the circulation, if you want. Right? Now prana over. What is prana govern? Respiration. What does apana? Excretion. What does samana? Digestion. Vyana? Circulation. Always you put faculty behind circulation. I'm going to say circulation, but you have to say faculty behind circulation. And what does udana do? Udana helps in reverse reaction. Huh? Reverse reaction? Reverse. It is supposed to go down. It comes reverse. Sometimes it is required. So much we abuse our body. Reverse. Understand? Vomiting and those kind of things, no, which are opposite. Reverse. That's why it's called reverse. Reverse action or reverse reaction. I think reverse reaction is better. It is reactionary in nature. And you can't control it also. You can't control it, no? You should not control it also. You should take it off. If it is not suiting, take it off. There are some foolish people who go for binging. You have heard of binging? Binge? They eat. Go for parties which are from night 10 o'clock up to morning 4 o'clock. Foolish fellows. They eat. Full. But the eating is till 4 o'clock morning. So you can't take more. Then they take it off. Then again eat. They take it off. Up to 4 they do this nonsense. Called binge parties. Anyhow, you are on good people. But some of you must have heard of it. Like that and all they do. New Year time and all they do. Beginning the New Year in a very auspicious manner. Udhana is responsible for the reverse reaction. Okay? So, these 5 pranas are together called as also pranas. The first one is called prana. And these 5 together is called as pranas. Remember, the pranas deal with action. The pranas energize the karmendriyas. If your prana is weak, then your functioning is very weak. Therefore, prana is related with action. They are also related with action. And therefore, the prana and the karmendriyas together become what is termed pranamaya kosha. Prana and karmendriya. You remember Sukshma Sharira? Sukshma Sharira, 17 components were there, correct? Pancha Jnanendriyani, Pancha Karmendriyani, Pancha Pranadayaha, Manaschaikam Buddhishchaika. So all the 5 prana along with the 5 karmendriyas, they become what is called as prana. What is manomaya kosha? Any guesses? Be careful now. Wait. Pranamaya kosha is 5 pranas plus karmendriya. All action related were grouped together. Now, what is manomaya kosha? Without seeing, you must tell. Manomaya kosha definitely will have manas. With that, what has to be added for its function? Jnanendriya should be there, otherwise mind cannot function. No? Inputs are coming from Jnanendriyas. To think you require, even to be confused, you require inputs from the senses. The senses are also part of the subtle body. So the jnana function of it, the reflection, the doubt, and all those functions which belong to the manas, the emotion which all belong to the manas, they require to be connected with the sense organs. Only then they can function as a manas. So put them all together. They group together, and grouping together, they become the Manomaya Kosha. What would be Vijnanamaya Kosha? Vijnana is buddhi. Okay. Anything to be joined together with that? Karmendriya has gone with Pranamaya. Jnanendriyas have gone with Manomaya. Right? Then anything else can be joined with it. Buddhi is already there. But even for the buddhi to function, the Jnanendriyas are required. Therefore, we connect the Jnanendriyas also with Vijnanamaya Kosha. Each one is a unit which is complete. The Jnanendriyas are connected also with the Manomaya. Then only Manomaya is complete. The Jnanendriya is connected also with Vijnanamaya. Only then Vijnanamaya is complete. Otherwise, they can't function. They have to function, is it not? To function, they have to be complete. Therefore, in the classification, what is being done is that the Jnanendriyas are connected with both the Manomaya Kosha and the Vijnanamaya Kosha. So let us read the Manomaya and the Vijnanamaya together. Manascha Manomaya Kosha Kaha Manascha Jnanendriya Panchakam Militva Yo Bhavati Sa Manomaya Kosha Vijnanamaya Kaha Buddhihi Jnanendriya Panchakam. Do you see Jnanendriya Panchakam in both? Manascha Jnanendriya Panchakam, Buddhihi Jnanendriya Panchakam, joined together to both. Only then Manomaya can be Manomaya, can do its work. Only then the Buddhi can do its work. And therefore for classification, put them together. So that make them complete and functional. Buddhihi Jnanendriya Panchakam Militva Yo Bhavati Sa Vijnanamaya Kosha. I think you should be able to follow. Manascha, mind and Jnanendriya Panchakam, the 5 Jnanendriyas. Militva, combined together. Yo Bhavati, that which can be said to be there. Sa Manomaya Kosha. Same way, Buddhihi, the intellect. Jnanendriya Panchakam Militva, the 5 Jnanendriyas together. Yo Bhavati, that which is Sa Vijnanamaya Kosha. Okay. Anandamaya Kaha. Last Kosha. Anandamaya Kaha. Evameva Karana Sharira Bhuta Avidya Avidyasta Malina Sattvam Priyadi Vritti Sahitam Sat Anandamaya Kosha. What is Anandamaya Kosha? Evameva. In this very same way, like how you have seen Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, same way, Anandamaya Kosha is like this. Evameva, it is also a Kosha. How it is Kosha? Karana Sharira Bhuta Avidya. Karana Sharira? Anandamaya Kosha is Karana Sharira, right? Karana Sharira Bhuta. And what is Karana Sharira? Is called as Avidya. Ignorance. Identified with deep sleep, identified with Karana Sharira. What is our experience in deep sleep? Nothing. Okay? Avidya. Avidyastha, in that avidya, Malina Sattva. You remember Karana Sharira, we said, is a minuscule of the 3 gunas. Remember? Maya is Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. Karana Sharira is minuscule of that Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. But then the total has full knowledge. The individual, the knowledge is suppressed. Limited, you remember? The knowledge is suppressed. Meaning, tamas, which is ignorance, gets a higher hand at the individual level. And therefore, that sattva which causes knowledge is sullied by tamas, overpowered by tamas. So that karana sharira in which the power of tamas is more, because it is individual. Malina sattva. So karana sharira bhuta avidya. That karana sharira, which is nothing but avidya, which we call it as avidya, in which tamas has got a higher power. And that is why what is our deep sleep? Our deep sleep, we say, nothing. Is it not? Ignorance is there. The experience of deep sleep, what we just now saw, what is deep sleep experience? What is deep sleep experience? Nothing. Avidya has taken a hold. Avidya has taken a hold. Whereas in the cosmic, for Ishvara, in deep sleep also he is not ignorant. In deep sleep, he is aware of his self. For Ishvara. Whereas for the individual, in deep sleep, one is not aware of the self. Ignorance reigns. Reigns. Not reigns. It reigns also. It reigns also. It reigns. Do you understand this word? R-E-I-G-N. Reigns. It holds sway. That is why it is said Malina Sattva. Therefore, what is Anandamaya Kosha? Anandamaya Kosha is that kosha which is called as Karana Sharira, wherein ignorance reigns, ignorance holds sway, because of which we get the experience of the bliss of the absence of mind and the senses, which we just now described as blissful sleep. So this Karana Sharira, because it leads to the experience of bliss, which we experience in sleep, this Karana Sharira is called as Anandamaya Kosha. But is that all? That means, is Anandamaya Kosha only experienced in deep sleep? Anandamaya Kosha we experience also in waking state and dream state. You know when? Priyadivritti Sahitam. So Anandamaya Kosha is not strictly Karana Sharira. It's not strictly Karana Sharira. Karana Sharira is experienced only in deep sleep. Whereas Anandamaya Kosha we can also experience in waking and dream state. Right? So, Sthula Sharira, strictly Annamaya Kosha. Sukshma Sharira, strictly Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya. Whereas Karana Sharira is not strictly Anandamaya Kosha. Why? Because in this analysis of the five koshas, we can experience Anandamaya Kosha even in waking and dream state. This is one important rahasya you must know. Swamiji, when do we experience Anandamaya Kosha in deep sleep, in waking state and dream state? When? Because Anandamaya Kosha is not just the happiness of Karana Sharira's nothingness, happiness, deep state. Anandamaya Kosha is also Priya plus Moda plus Pramoda. Priya plus Moda and Pramoda. What is Priya? What is Moda? What is Pramoda? These are technical terms. When I see an object of my like, when I see an object or a person, usually object of my like, could be person also, object of my life, suddenly, you never expected that today will be sandwich for your evening snacks. Never expected. Never thought that on this day, along with the sandwiches, they are going to give you your favorite chocolate. Example, some chocolate, tell me. Lint. Today you all got lint. No? That means you didn't get. Some of you got it. Okay, I won't tell you how you got it. Okay, today your favorite chocolate, Ferrero Rocher. What is Ferrero Rocher? Ferrero Rocher. You go to the dining hall and then the Ferrero Rocher. For a moment, seeing an object of your life like a happiness. And then the person also gives it in your hand. Moda. Open it. I can have. Yes, for you. But what will Swamiji say? Arey, Swamiji has gone now to Mumbai. Put in mouth. Then, have to be, hey, kya hua? He is in happiness. He has touched Anandamaya Kosha. So, the happiness of deep sleep, Karana Sharira. So, Karana Sharira based happiness. So, Karana Sharira is of course Anandamaya Kosha. But why is called Anandamaya? Why can't we call Karana? Because it is associated with happiness, we call it as Anandamaya Kosha. So, Karana Sharira is there, the happiness which is there, which expresses in deep sleep. And the other three expresses in waking and dream state. What are the other three? Priya, Moda, Pramoda. What is Priya? The happiness that arises from seeing an object of one's like. The happiness which arises from seeing an object of one's like. Ishta Vastu Darshana Janyam. Sanskrit. Ishta Vastu. Darshana, seeing. Janyam, born. That's Priya. What is Moda? That what you saw comes to your hold. Then the joy little more. Of course. Ishta Vastu Prapti Janyam. Labha Janyam. Prapti or Labha both mean same. That's called Moda. And then Ishta Vastu experience. Bhoga or Anubhava Janyam. That is Pramoda. So what is Karana Sharira? What is Anandamaya Kosha? Karana Sharira, happiness of deep sleep, meaning Karana Sharira, plus Priya, Moda, Pramoda. Together becomes Anandamaya Kosha. All right. Etat kosha panchakam. This is the 5 sheaths put together called as the 5 sheets. Etat kosha panchakam. Okay. So what is Atman? Other than the 5 sheets, 3 bodies, 3. Right. Okay. With this we complete for the day.